Namaste everyone. A belated wishes, happy yoga day to all of you.
Thank you.
I hope everybody can hear me very well. If yes,
Yes,
give
sir.
me a thumbs up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much for a brief introduction about me. And I would like to render a special thanks to Dr. Krishna Sharma sir, who is the head of the Department of Mangalore University, which is Department of Human Consciousness and Yogic Science, who is the reason behind my successful journey of yoga. And also special thanks to Dr. Uday Kumar sir and Dr. Tirumala Prasad sir, and also all other teaching faculty from the same department of Mangalore University. So let me start getting to the topic before respected dignitaries and all other participants and all yogis. Today, I would like to share my view on the special topic, which is wellness. So wellness is a integration of physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. The complex interaction that helps to lead better quality of life. So if you want to have a better quality, peaceful life, it's very important to have a very good stage of ultimate stage of wellness. To have ultimate stage of wellness, one must have, as I told before, the definition of wellness, one must have good physical well-being and good mental well-being and good spiritual well-being. So let me share some slides. Today I want to explain this wellness in comparison with the, hope you guys can see my screen there. If yes, give me a thumbs up once again, please. Yes, all right. So I would like to compare this wellness with the fire triangle, because fire triangle includes three major components, and our wellness triangle, what I made for today's topic, this one also includes three major components. So if you come to the fire triangle, sorry for taking the topic a little bit out of topic. I will come back very soon, just for 5 seconds. So here the fire triangle, you can see very clearly, it includes three major components, which are oxygen, heat, and fuel. It's a kind of chain reaction. If there is an existence of fire, that means there is a existence of oxygen, heat, and fuel. This is all about simple about the fire. Now let me go through the wellness triangle. Wellness triangle also include three major components, which are physical, mental, and spiritual wellness. So if you have balanced state of physical health and balanced state of mental health and balanced state of spiritual health, then you can reach to the ultimate level of wellness. So once you reach to the ultimate level of wellness, trust me, there is no doubt to have a peaceful life and successful life. So let me go a little bit deeper into the physical well-being. So if I come to the physical well-being, nowadays people are following many different kinds of exercises, physical activities to maintain their physical fitness or physical health. But by doing physical health not only itself not enough to maintain their physical well-being. Along with the physical health, physical exercise, one must follow a proper diet, one must control his meal proportion, and also one must follow a proper good lifestyle. It's very important. So if you can able to manage these components inside the physical health, like exercise and good food, good meal proportion and balanced diet and a very good lifestyle, then only one can have very good physical health. Now let me go through the mental health. This one, before I go deeper into the wellness, I want to explain how the fire triangle and how the wellness triangle works and how it's internally connected and interrelated and why it's a chain reaction. So physical health already done. Now you can see here mental wellness. For the mental wellness, one must have a very good physical health. Otherwise, if we are physically not enough strong, then obviously it will affects on your mind. So your mind get disturbed. Automatically, a person will lose his mental health. That's why I say it's interconnected, it's interrelated. So to have a good mental health, one must have a good physical health. For example, let me consider a person have back pain. So a person have back pain, and eventually what happens, it will affects on his mind. The stress will build up. If he don't do any therapy or any solution for his problem, automatically day by day his stress level will increase and it will directly affects on his lifestyle. Like one cannot sleep on time, one cannot wake up on time. If he miss that cycle, for the next day his physical efficiency or his physical efficiency will come down. So if physical efficiency will come down, automatically he will lose his physical health also and his mental health also. So it is interconnected. That's why having good physical health is very important to have good mental health. Now let me explain spiritual health. Why the spiritual health is very important. Already Dr. Sanjeev Patra sir explained what is spiritual. So I hope no need to explain again what is spiritual. So spiritual health, if a person have good physical health and mental health, he is already very close to the spiritual well-being. Spiritual well-being is very necessary for a person to have good wellness, because spiritual health is related with the intellectual. Whatever the decision making in his life, it's because of his spiritual health. So for a person fail to have good physical health and good mental health, eventually very hard to maintain his spiritual health. Spiritual health in the sense, here one must have a little bit gap between his mind and his body. Nowadays, people are missing this gap. People are very finding hard to differentiate. There is a gap between mind and body. So for example, like now I'm wearing a loose fit shirt. So obviously I can feel there is a difference between my skin and my clothes. If I take example, like if I wear a tight fit cloth or if I wear a swimming suit, after 1 hour, maybe if I'm not conscious enough, I may fail to understand there is a difference between cloth and my skin. Maybe I feel like I'm not wearing cloth, or I may feel like cloth and my skin are same. So like that, very simple gap, one must understand there is a gap between mind and body. So spirituality is very important. Once you're spiritually good, what happens, whatever the decision you take in your personal life, professional life, or family life, here, whatever the decision you make, the accuracy of that decision will be very high. Means the observer, people may say like he's a very lucky person, whatever he choose become right. But there is no lucky concept. Actually, the spirituality works. To have good spiritual, you must have physical health, mental health, then you can reach to the highest level of spiritual well-being. So this is all about wellness. Now, let me go to the solution part. I mean, why we need to practice yoga? What is the benefit of yoga? What is the impact of yoga on this wellness? Yes, As we know, we can see many classical texts. There are mentioned that yoga promotes physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. Inside, once you start practicing yoga, you got solution for all these three components: physical, mental, and spiritual. You don't need to search for anything else. So now let me go a little bit deeper inside into the physical health. What is the impact of yoga in the area of physical health? How yoga can help to have a good physical health? Here you can very clearly can see that we got two different varieties. Like, I simply call it as variety so that everybody can understand. Two areas: yoga kriyas, which is shatkarma, cleansing technique, and one more is yoga poses, yoga asanas. This will help you to maintain your physical health. But before you go to the yoga poses, if you can able to perform, able to practice these kriyas, cleansing techniques, then if you go to the physical activities, which is yoga poses, yoga asana practice, the result will be totally different. Because in yoga kriyas, here we are doing cleansing internally and externally. So again, the Dr. Sanjeev sir told in the first speech that different varieties of cleansing techniques. So these kind of cleansing techniques will help you to clean your body internally and externally. Then if you go to practice yoga poses, the effect will be totally different and you can get maximum benefit from each and every poses. So here for a beginner or a person never try yoga before, he want to start today, he may ask what to do and from where to start. Obviously, we will start from the basic level. So if you want to start any yoga poses or if you want to do any yogic kriyas, I would like to recommend you to practice under the guidance of the experts, because yogic kriyas are very precious and have a lot different procedures you must follow in a right way to get perfect benefit. And also yoga poses also have specific limitations, specific formulas, specific varieties to do yoga poses. That's why I recommend you to practice under the guidance of the experts. Coming to the yoga poses, a single basic yoga pose or advanced yoga pose itself have four fundamentals. If you want to practice a yoga posture, you need to follow swasa uchwasa, what we call breathing. There is some limitation when to inhale and when to exhale. That is called swasa uchwasa. You must know the concept. And after that, coming to the next fundamental, which is vinyasa. Vinyasa is the procedure to do the posture. Now, coming to the third fundamental, which is sthiti, the final position. And the fourth fundamental, which is the gazing point, the drishti. If you are able to follow these four fundamental inside your practice, a one single posture must include these four fundamentals, then you can get 100% benefit from each and every postures. So once you practice all these yogic kriyas and yogic poses, there is no doubt about having a very great physical health. Now let me explain about the mental health. You can see here for the mental health, before I jump into this topic, let me clear. Once you started practicing yoga poses with these four fundamentals of yoga poses, you already have good control on your breathing. You already got enough concentration. So we must understand that there is a bridge between body and mind, and the connecting thing, the connecting bridge is the breath. Breathing is the connecting bridge between mental health and physical health. I mean, breathing is the connecting bridge between mind and body. So while practicing yoga poses, you're already doing enough breathing, which is swasochwasa. So the result of that one, you are already very close to the mental health. You already have control on your mind a bit. But now what you need to do for a basic practitioner or whoever, we can add breathing exercises to boost our mental health. If you add breathing exercise to your practice, it will take you to the next level. So if you have good mental health and good physical health, we are already very close to the spiritual health. But as I told you before, in comparison with the fire triangle, all these three components are interrelated and interconnected. So here we already have good physical health. Now we already have good mental health. So yoga already giving you enough physical health and giving you enough mental health. Now how yoga can help you to have a great spiritual health? See, as a result of asana practice and as a result of breathing exercise, what we call pranayama practice, you are very close to the spiritual health. You already have control on your mind. So now you can sit for the meditation. As I told you, knowing the self is the spiritual. So if you sit quiet for the meditation, as many people go for walking, workout, whatever they do, we are failed to listen to our body. We are failed to walk in. We are failed to work in. Try to give at least 10 minutes of time every day to understand yourself. So this spiritual part, if you're coming to the yoga, here we got many different varieties of meditations. For the basic practitioners, you can do simple meditation or simple chantings if you're willing to do. Otherwise, if you're not willing to do any kind of meditation, just better sit quiet, try to listen your breath, try to listen your body, try to spend time within yourself. This is all about meditation for basic level. And if you want to progress in this path, you got many different kind of techniques. So for that, as I mentioned before, I recommend you to consult with the yoga expert and follow the practice through the yoga experts. So if you want to move on to the next level of spiritual health, you can adopt bandhas. You can add on bandhas, and also you can add on mudras during your practice. So it will take you to the next level of spiritual health. For a common person, for a common people, having by practice of yoga asanas, we already got physical health and we already got mental health because of the result of asana practice and breathing exercise. We already have enough control on your mind. And for the third one, the spiritual health, all the as a result of all these two, physical and mental, we already reach a highest level of spiritual health. So now a person have good spiritual health, good mental health, and good physical health. As I mentioned in the beginning, if you have this one very clearly, you can already reach to the higher level of wellness. If you have higher level of wellness, guess what? You already have very good peaceful life. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. So now for the better understanding, I want to explain why yoga is specially needed. Why other practice cannot. All other practice also can help you to reach good level, but let me clear you with a very good example. See, nowadays we are connected with the social medias and we are totally depending on electronic devices, electronic gadgets, computers, whatever. But whatever the electronic devices which is invented by a common human being, so But meanwhile, we forgot that our mind is the highest level of computer, highest, most developed and most featured computer in this world. Whatever the invention happening nowadays, whatever people inventing new technology, whatever the new devices, whatever the upgraded version of new systems, all are byproduct of this most evolved computer, which is our human mind. But once you receive any gadget, once you receive any computer or any device, there will be a user manual inside it. You can see the user manual, you know how to use it. But coming to the mind, coming to the most evolved computer, which is our mind, there is no user manual how to use it. So if you practice yoga, automatically you follow this path, what I told you before. For the physical health, practice kriyas and followed by asana practice. And for the mental health, follow the breathing exercises. And for the spiritual health, do some meditation. If possible, adopt some bandha and mudra for the next level of spiritual health. So if you have this control, automatically your mind will guide you how to use this mind for the fullest. Automatically you will receive a user manual by yourself, which we cannot share to others. Automatically you will understand how to use this mind for the fullest. So that is why yoga is very, very important. That's why I want to recommend everybody to practice yoga, start practicing yoga every day. Hope everybody understood this concept of wellness. Wellness is nothing but having good physical health, good mental health, and good spiritual health. It will take you the highest level of wellness. So keep practicing yoga and try to get control over your mind. Try to understand this, the what I say before, the highest level of computer. You try to get a user manual for that. I mean, keep practicing yoga. Automatically you can differentiate things, and automatically you can make right decisions in a right time. So if you can able to make right decision in a right time, it's almost close to the success. That's why keep practicing yoga and try to spread yoga to whole universe, whole world. Like, try to practice yourself first, then try to spread to your friends, family, and neighbors, then try to spread to others. Because yoga is the only one way to maintain balance all these three fundamentals. Like our beloved Mangalore University doing very great job, the Department of Human Consciousness and Yogic Science led by Dr. Krishna Sharma sir and team doing really great job. They are preparing very nice teachers and sending to all corners of this world to spread our yoga. So it's a really great job. Our main intention only to spread yoga to the world so that everybody get healthy, everybody get peace, and we don't want to suffer. We don't want to see this kind of pandemic again and again. So hope this pandemic will end soon and we will get solution for everything. But don't forget to practice yoga, and don't practice yoga for only for the photo shoot or only for special days like International Yoga Day. No, yoga is a part of life. Yoga is not a simple practice. Yoga is not an exercise. Yoga is a lifestyle. Try to implement this healthy lifestyle in your daily life. So keep practicing, stay healthy, stay happy, stay connected. Thank you very much for the special place to talk, special place to share my knowledge. And thank you very much for all the dignitaries and all the participants and all the faculties from our department. Thank you very much. This is done. Thank you very much.